Hello once again, gamers. Kruznik X back with more Final Fantasy XIV and the Path of the Machinist. When we last left off, we found out where Joy was, and we obtained the Gauss barrel, which is pretty cool. We're just gonna upgrade our gun to another Arbicus. We're gonna make sure we have all the right gear. Oh, and I glamored my gear beforehand, but I'm not sure. Is the titanium mail? Nope, it is not. So I can last a little bit longer before I have to actually care about gear upgrades. Alright, so yeah, we obtained the Gauss barrel for our... I've tested it out a little bit. I haven't really done much of anything with it because I've been going through duty roulettes to level up the Machinist, so I haven't really gotten much use out of this thing. So I guess we'll see how it goes. I know I'm definitely going to level up to 55 with this quest, but let's get right down to it, talk to Stephanivien, and do the level 54 quest, A Joye-ful Reunion. Notice how they're using a lot of Joy's name for puns. Let's get right down to it. I hope your firearm is loaded and ready, Chris. We have received our deployment orders from House Zemael. Several groups of Dravanians are converging on Falcon's Nest, and we have been tasked with eliminating the fiends gathered upon the Black Iron Bridge. Knowing Tettlgrinch, and I unfortunately do, I would not put it past him to lure more foes into the narrow structure simply to overtax us. We must needs overcome this assault without Joy's help. Or Celestos, for that matter. He has yet to return since he stormed out the door. I will assemble our remaining machinists and lead them to Falcon's Nest. Pray, join us there as soon as you may. I'm going to do one thing before we head to Falcon's Nest, and that is head to Revenant's Toll, because there is one thing I did not do, and that is get my earrings in Ironworks. And I have plenty of tomes to do so, so why not do it? Oh, I feel like I'm smelling chlorine. And I've got everything else, so... yoink! There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, off to Falcon's Nest. There he is. There's Tettlgrinch. Alright. Ah, Chris. I fear Celestos' departure has inspired his fellows to disregard my commands. You are the only machinist to answer my call to arms. And in response to this, insubordination, I have been forced to deploy what few knights we could spare, myself included. They even begged me to come along. As I've said afore, fighting bloody dragons ain't in me contract, so they'll be paying me handsomely for the trouble. Is this House Hallinot's entire company? You seem to be short a number of machinists. We are keeping our colleagues in reserve. For an operation such as this, we need to field only Chris, the finest machinist in our ranks. Your confidence is truly inspiring. Thankfully, however, there are few enemies threatening the Black Iron Bridge. Even with your sparse numbers, I dare say you shan't be sorely pressed. I don't like the sound of this. Celestial! Have you come to fight with us? That all depends on you, my lord. We've found Joy's father. He's being held prisoner in the broom. Held prisoner? You suspect there's some manner of coercion? Aye. We reckon they've been targeting Joy for a while. Her dad vanished right after he landed a job here in Falcon's Nest. And then Joy suddenly up and wed the brother of a carpenter working on the fortifications. House Samael is behind this, or I'm a Chocobo's third cousin. Terror Grinch, you cad! It's not too late. If we break her dad out, then Joy can abandon her farce of a marriage and come back to the manufactory where she belongs. But the bridge, the Javanians. Go. Joy is a machinist. As manufactory chief, 'tis your duty to attend to your employees. My knights and I shall march for House Hallinot. Bah! You needn't worry. They'll have you truly fighting right beside him. Go help the boss, Chris. If Chris goes, then I'll stay behind. We promised machinists to the Zamiles. And we don't want to break our word now, do we? Just one should be enough. Thank you. Thank you all. We shall conclude this matter with the greatest of haste and return as swiftly as we may. Go find one of our manufacturing machinists in the broom. He'll show you where Joy's dad is being held. Alright. Time for a prison break. That's my second favorite kind of break. Well, third if you count lunch and dinner as separate meals. To the broom. There he is. Celestial said you'd come. The chief would draw too much attention, so we asked him to wait at the workshop until we're ready to act. Joy's dad is right behind that door over there. We just need to convince the bloke standing guard to open it. You don't exactly look the stoic type, though, so a hot shot ought to have him piss in his trousers. Oh! What in the... You shot me! Please, I ain't done nothing wrong. Some fancy fop dropped a pouch in me lap and told me to guard the door. I swear that's all I know. And how much did he pay you? Not enough to die over, me lord. Please don't shoot me again. 'Twas not my intention to threaten you. We merely wish you release the man behind yonder door. And should you fear the vengeance of your employer, you are welcome to take shelter at the manufactory. In fact, why not become a machinist? Then you needn't take another such unsavory job again. You're offering me work, me lord. Aye, I'll let the bloke out for that. Hells, I'll carry him across the city and back for a steady wage. Lord Stephanivien, my humble thanks. You've been locked away for quite some time, my poor man. Do you know who did this to you, or why? I've not the foggiest idea, my lord. I was hired by House Zemael to work on their walls. And when I went to join the crew heading out for Falcon's Nest, some bastard, begging your pardon, my lord, slipped a sack over me head and carted me away. I'm just a broken old hunter. I ain't got money for ransom, and nor does me family. Got to thinking that maybe they nabbed the wrong bloke. Then you weren't aware that Joy was wed, or that she resigned from her position at both the manor and the manufactory. She got married and quit? Why'd she do a foolish thing like that? I've never seen her happier than when she's slinging one of them flintlocks. Ah, so that's why they took me. They're blackmailing me little Joy. Ain't no way she'd just up and marry some bloke what wouldn't let her stay at the workshop. Then she was a machinist by her own choice. I'm full glad to hear that. 'Tis time we liberated your daughter from her false union. Once she sees you are safe, I do not envy the man who pretends at the role of her husband. I knew you'd set things right, my lord. You take care of Joy, and I'll tell the rest of the machinists that they can come back to work. All right then, lad. You come with me. I will speak with Joy and unravel this nonsense. You, however, must make haste to the Black Iron Bridge, and lend your barrel to the battle. With pleasure. Let's show them we machinists can do more than two things at once. Let's fly! Can't see a dang thing in this storm. All right. About time you got back. You found Joy's dead then. Good. Now it's up to the boss to bring her back. The fighting has been fierce. Master Rosenthal was injured when he gallantly intercepted a swipe meant to remove my head. Bah! That's a noble way of saying I tripped over its bloody tail and stumbled into the blow. Any road, you'll have to take me place on the front lines, and do it soon, before these dainty knights get their asses handed to them. Let's rock. Are we glad to see you? Let's start from this end and work towards the other. Coming so slow, or are you just gonna stand there with your hand up your ass? With your barrel up your ass? Eyes front! Take down that big bastard! Keep firing! He's on his last legs! Oh, hey, I reached level 55 just from the duty! Sweet! You're just missing a few mates, but you still took care of business. Not that I'd expect aught less from one of me star students. A star indeed. Your arrival was a gift from the heavens. Might not want to... Load! Aim! Fire! How'd you like that, you great scaly bastard? And Joy's back. I'm afraid I've caused a great deal of trouble for you all. Thank you for rescuing me, Dad. It was no trouble at all for such a fine employee. As you are now wed, I understand that you may not wish to resume your duties at the manor, but have you considered my son's offer that you and your husband come work at the manufactory? Me husband and me have agreed to part ways. If it please me, Lord, I'd like to start working again at the workshop and the manor, both. Well, that threw him off guard. Joy, my dear, you are most welcome, of course. Neither the manor nor the manufactory have been the same without you. You know, I was going to agree. My lord, my lordship, I don't know how to... That is to say... I'm glad to be back. Well, hello. Ah, I see that even for the much diminished House Hallinard, a handful of dragons poses no true threat. I shall have to find a more significant challenge for your next outing. 'Twould seem that you still do not understand that the knight is the master of the battlefield. Oh my god, this guy is a tool! That was far more than a handful of dragons, Terrorgrinch. Do you think us blind? We know he's working against the manufactory. We know whose underhanded villainy forced Joy into wedlock. Whatever are you implying? You speak as if I recall the names of your low-born servants, or hold even the slightest interest in their common unions. Now, if you'll excuse me, my lords... I fucking hate this guy! Alright. Damn that man and his arrogance! My prospectometer and I shall remain vigilant, that we may defeat Tettelgrinch's trickery at every turn. The accolades for this triumph, however, must go to you, Chris. The bridge is clear and Joy is returned to us.
I was afraid I'd seen the last of the manufactory. Thank you again for the warm welcome home. I've never felt as whole as I did after I joined the ranks of the Machinists. When I had to tell his lordship I was quitting, it felt like I was leaving a part of me soul behind. That's when I realized, to me, being a machinist is more than just firing a weapon. It's a way of connecting to another side of myself.
Well, now that you're connected again, we can get back to working on your shooting and your swearing. And there is also the small matter of our delayed tourney celebration.
If it please me, lordship, I'd like to do some training instead. I feel the need to shoot off 10 score bullets or so.
Of course. We all celebrate in our own way. Fire at will, my dear. I, for one, am eager for a stiff drink back at the manufactory. Alright. I'll second that. I've got a bottle of Jack Daniels waiting for me back at home. Alright. But that Tettelgreen, that... You know what? We'll just call him the Grinch from now on. That's probably what they were going for when they named him that. Tettelgrinch. Or Tettelgrinch, I don't know. Once more you have proven your worth to the Machinist and to House Hallinot. As for Lord Tettelgrinch, I had my suspicions, but it now seems abundantly clear that he has been behind every mishap and misfortune that befall the manufactory. Despite his knavery, however, our successes in the field will not have escaped the notice of the Holy See. And as our reputation grows, so too shall Tettelgrinch's ire. We had best be on our guard. Oh, did you hear? During his skirmish with the dragons, Rosenthal developed a new technique. He was adamant that I pass on the particulars to you. Alright, we've completed the quest and obtained a new skill, Gauss Round. Let's try this one out back at Mist. Alright, Gauss Round. Where is it? It's right there. I'm going to put it somewhere else. Yeah. Well, that works pretty well. For now. Alright, so Gauss Round is a 15-second cooldown with a potency of 200. Now, can it only be used while under the effect of Gauss, or is it an all-around? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't need the Gauss barrel, but it probably does more if I were to do it like that. But yeah, with that being said, that's going to conclude this episode of Cruising's Purgatory. When next we meet, we'll complete the level 56 quest, which will probably be tomorrow. Until then, that's it for this episode of Cruising X Purgatory. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, hit the follow button below and be sure to turn on notifications. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the next episode of Path of the Machinist. And click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Cruising X signing out.